Hey, what's up, brand builders? My name is Bonigala, brand strategist. So, I was listening to Seth Godin's mini kind of course the other day, and Seth talks about a very important kind of concept. It's about holding on to your chips, right? Holding chips. Now, what he's trying to say is that in your life, when you invest time, energy, effort, emotions into something, you sort of hold on to those chips, right? And a very simple example, so that we can get into the real topic, is let's say you're I don't know, you bought a kayak, right? And you spent a bit of money on it, and you put it in a storage area. The thought is that you would go every weekend, take it out of the storage area, or a place where you pay someone to hold on to your kayaks near the lake, so that you don't have to lug it around on your car, and then you sort of kayak, you put it back there, you come back home and all that. Now the thing is that it's very profound. He shows a photo of this kayak place, storage place, and he says, look, about 15 to 20% of those kayaks being stored there are being used. The rest are collecting dust. So what is happening there? It's people who buy a kayak, they put a lot of money into it, effort into it, and then they just leave them there in the back burner. Life takes over. Maybe initially they go every weekend, a few weekends. But then after that, it's more infrequent. But they still hold on to that, and they keep paying the rental price for that storage area. Now, reasoning and critical thinking and good decision making may dictate that if you're not using it that much, you better get rid of it, right? You just sell it off so that you not only are not holding on to debt capital right there, but also you're not paying the storage fees. But anyway, so getting back to the topic, holding on to chips in life, I think, is why we may potentially be making bad decisions. But then when you apply it to brand, right? Your brand, your business, what are the chips you're holding on to? Now let's talk about some of the possible chips that you may be holding on to, which may be having a detrimental effect on your business. For instance, the business idea itself, right? At one point in the past, you may have thought of that as a great business idea. Maybe it was, maybe it was not. But your decision-making process led you to believe that was a great product or service. And then you started the business. Maybe it was initially. What's happening now? If you evaluate it, is it still a great product or service for you, for your target audience, right? Or is it time to sort of maybe pivot, maybe look around, maybe even quit this? And then that's another big thing that, a lot of people say, you should not quit. You should persevere. You should stick, keep on doing it till you make it. Personally, I don't believe it. I don't like that idea. I think the faster you quit, the better. Because at the end of the day, this is again holding on to chips. So you're holding on to chips that you think are right because you decided, because you sort of emotionally invested into that, right? And if you come down to the brand level itself, could be the brand name. When you chose the brand name initially, or even now, if you're choosing a brand name, you're deciding based on maybe a personal preference, maybe something that you think would look cool, maybe practical, or conveys what the business is about, so on and so forth. But right now, especially if you're an older business or an older brand, right now, does your name make sense, or is it beneficial to your brand, beneficial to your business? Is it conveying the right kind of message? Look at Google, right? Change to Alphabet. Well, the parent company. The same with Facebook, changing to Meta. And a lot of companies do that. So it is time for you to evaluate. What are the chips you're holding on to? The brand name. What about the identity, right? This is one of the biggest chips that really is detrimental to your business. If the identity has been created properly, then that's fine, right? But you need to evaluate it every year to see, okay, does it align with our brand values? Does it align with the communication that we're doing, the message that we're broadcasting? Does it align with the worldview of our audience? Does it tell or at least form a part of our brand story? If it isn't, then it's time to think about it. And you need to refresh your brand identity, right? And websites. Oh my God, this is another something that really irritates me is time and again, you go to websites where the business owner, probably invested a little bit of money into the website. And clearly it's dated. Maybe the UX is terrible. The content is terrible. The copy is terrible. And yet they don't change the website. They don't reinvest in making the website better, but continue, pushing their traffic to the website, spending a lot of money on marketing, and then look at it and say, why is not the traffic converting, right? What's happening with the sales? What is happening? So things like that. So if you are, if you are a business owner, if you're having a brand or if you're building a brand, think of this concept, right? Think of the chips that you're holding and be ready to drop the chips. Let them go, right? Don't get into the trap like the monkey trap, right? You know the example of the monkey trap where there would be a kind of a container like a gourd, and they put a banana in that, and the idea is that the monkey would come and try to take the banana, but because the top of the gourd is narrower, the banana won't come out, or rather the hand won't come out, and the monkey is trapped because the monkey does not let the banana go. So it does not understand that you need to let go to get out of a trap. And in business, in brands, in life, we have traps everywhere. And a lot of these traps are because they're self-imposed. It's because we sort of hold on to the chips. We've invested our time and effort, and therefore we stick on. I don't like to use this word pig-headed, but it sort of communicates that idea where, we are adamant. We don't want to change. We don't want to pivot. We're afraid, in fact, we love what we have built so far, and therefore we don't want to let it go. Even though clearly it may not be working, you're losing money, or you're not making, it's opportunity cost, right? Because look, if both your hands are holding on to the chips that you're already holding on to, you can do other things with these hands, right? That's the opportunity cost. So there's the sunk cost first. The sunk cost is whatever you already invested, right? And I was talking about another video the other day is where, the sunk cost is also a great concept. And let's say you are standing in line for, a roadside burger stand or something, right? Let's say you're standing in line, you've already invested 10, 15 minutes. And your brain is telling you, you know what, maybe it's not worth it, right? Just find some other option. But you won't, because you've already invested and you're thinking, okay, I've already stood for this long, might as well stand and, just get it. So sunk cost. And then there's the opportunity cost. So with your brand name, with your identity, with your strategy, with your positioning, there's a lot of opportunity cost, because if you're messaging one particular positioning kind of strategy, then you're losing out on something that might be more effective and that might actually connect with your audience. That might make a difference. That might actually bring you results, right? Yeah, so a lot of topics. I know I sort of scattered different ideas into this video, but fundamentally what I'm trying to say is, if your brand, if your business is not doing as well as it should, then look at the chips you're holding and decide on which of them to let go. And letting go, quitting is okay, right? Do not persevere or persist with strategies, with plans that are not working out, right? That are clearly not working out. The faster you quit such losing ideas, the better off you will be. And of course, motivational kind of talks and all these, they say, oh, try and again. And, Edison did 10,000 experiments before he found the light. All that is good for motivation. But right now, I think you have an opportunity cost if you're wasting your time on something that may ultimately fail. So fail fast. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people say fail fast, but they don't really believe it. They don't really do it. So I would say fail fast, right? If you feel, and that's why you need to do audits. You need to be continuously auditing your business, your brand, your message, your social media campaigns, your website, everything. Everything should be audited frequently to say something is not right? So if I'm not reaching the potential that I'm supposed to, or that's what I planned, then what is going on, right? And which of them to let go? If this product is not doing well, leave it. Move on to another product, right? I'm not saying jump at the first sign of trouble. That's equally bad. What I'm trying to say is do an audit and then evaluate and then work it out. All right. If you have any questions on this, leave a comment below and let's chat about this. All right. Talk to you soon.